things off with the tour. Like, tell me about how it's been going. And I know you guys aren't doing a lot of touring this year, but
oh well, no, it is now.
Are you okay?
The previous years when we'd kind of taken a break. We were off from like I guess it was a year and a few months ago. It was like November was the last U.S. tour that we did.
Right. Okay.
Around the U.S. and then we'd done a bunch of fly-out stuff throughout the spring last year and did some stuff over the summer.
Yeah, overseas too.
But yeah, we kind of needed a break. We've been pretty much on the road for 17 years straight, so it's kind of like that. We've never taken that much time off at all. But once this started in October, we went to Japan for a couple weeks, and then we came home and we actually flew from Japan to Gainesville, got there the night of the fest. I don't know if you know what the fest is.
Yeah, down there.
Yeah, so it was like Fest 10 or Fest 9, I guess. And so we got there the first night, like landed in Orlando at 8 o'clock, got back at like 11. Completely jet lagged. Somehow Vinny and Roger and Chris, I think, all went to go see the Suicide Machines, so like barely caught
So just fit that in there, yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy. And then, we did the rest of the fest weekend or whatever, and then left for Europe like right after the fest was over. So we rode out, basically caught up our jet lag to U.S. time, and then flew back to Europe and screwed it all back up again. We were there for like 4 weeks. And now we're doing this tour, which is the whole U.S. again, ends in Santa Cruz, and then we fly over to Australia and do the Soundwave Festival for 2 weeks. And at the very end of that, we're going to Indonesia now.
Oh my god! So do you have time there to make a record? Because are you gonna like cut anything soon or like?
Yeah, that's the plan. That keeps being in the stars. But I mean, we wrote after we did the TV EP. We wrote a bunch of stuff. So we have some shells of songs. We have a good starting point on stuff, but we didn't finish anything. And then, so either when we get back from Indonesia and we have like March and April to kind of sort through some stuff, we'll probably get a little further. But I don't think we're actually recording anything. We'll probably get some stuff tightened up. Then we're doing, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this or not, but we're going to do a summer tour that lasts the whole summer. So so we'll be on that, so that's going to kill that whole thing. And then, so probably when we get back from that, we'll record something. Is
the summer tour, and you don't have to, is that like, just you guys are, Ozfest, right? It's not Ozfest. It's not warped though, because you guys have done warped in the past, and
maybe it's warped.
Okay, alright.
Maybe it's the Lilith Fair.
Well, that would be, it wouldn't be out of your realm to do shit like that, because
we did the Project Revolution.
Exactly.
Which was
so
a little out of the box for us.
And while we're on that topic, I guess we'll talk about the openers for this, because it seems like literally every time I've seen you guys, it's been a different band. Like the first time I ever saw you was with not Tommy Two-Tone, who was.
Oh, Bang Tango.
Bang Tango,
Bang
right.
Tango, that's right.
Tommy Two-Tone was on that.
But he was on that too.
You know why that happened, right?
Because one of the openers dropped. It was like Rufio dropped off.
Yeah, and they had like some internal.
Like their brother died.
Something
like that.
His brother died and had to like take.
Right,
but which is totally understandable. But then it was right before the tour started. We're like, shit, what are we gonna do?
Let's go find.
So we were starting to go through all these lists of bands that we could do that were like normal, and then we were like, what if we just like call some like crazy. Old bands and be like, let's try and make this an 80s thing.
Exactly.
And like Bang Tango and Tommy Two-Tone would do it. So.
And I remember there was like a magician.
The best was Tommy. Yeah, the magician too was great. Tommy Two-Tone though, what the best was that he would play 8, 6, 7, 5, 3, 9 at the beginning of the set and at the end.
Because what else are you gonna play? right.
I mean, I guess if you have that hit, you might as well.
Why not?
People weren't because they were playing kind of early too. So maybe his theory was, maybe people weren't there.
Exactly.
Yet, so he's like, well, we know they want to hear this song, so we're gonna go ahead and play it again.
Exactly.
I actually went out and played it with him, which was great too.
Really?
On the trombone, I went out
and
had a little horn in there.
That's cool.
Freeform jazz on it.
But about these openers, I mean, how you guys hook up with because I mean, to be honest, like they're relatively small bands for an LTJ show because you guys have taken a lot of big mid-level bands in the last couple of years at least.
But kickstarted some mid-level bands.
I know. I mean, exactly that first show.
The ones that never paid us back for that is Newfound Glory too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that Fall Out Boy never gave us a tour after that.
Right, and
we're friends with them still, but it wasn't like, hey, why don't you come be on our huge tour?
But I mean, that's the first time I saw it. It was Tommy Two-Tone. It was Fall Out Boy. It was like Punchline. I know you guys have done shit with Punchline after too, but
we did a couple tours with Newfound Glory, and then when they were on that Good Charlotte, the Honda Civic tour, they brought us on that, so that was kind of a good payback.
But
the only ones.
Well, but what are these guys like? I mean, the Supervillains.
The Supervillains are cool. It's like the reggae ecology, weed influenced ska, reggae, alternative rocky thing.
Yeah.
It's good though. But what's good with them going right before us, it kind of gives everyone a chance to calm down for a little too. When you have like all straight punk bands before us, where you just look out in the crowd and people are dead by the time we go on. Like, we can't have that anymore. And then Off With Their Heads is like a straightforward punk rock band.
And they're like on
smaller.
I've
had their records for a while. And
cool.
Stuff. I know a bunch of bands that have toured with them. They're road dogs, so those guys are on the road all the time.
Yeah, cool.
They toured 10 months out of the year last year.
Shit.
More than we did.
Yeah.
At some point.
How did you guys hook up with this slate of bands? I mean, just through connections or just?
I mean, it's really weird. We'd gone through the gamut on a bunch of stuff. We were trying to get, you know, bigger bands too. We were like Ask the Souls, and we asked this, like everybody was either going to record a record or they already had something. We'd been started working on this in like June or something like that. Being like, okay, we got this tour coming. We want it to be awesome. Like everything just kept falling through. Everyone that we suggested, by the time things kept moving forward, they'd dilly-dally for a while and then be like, no. And then, so, this is what we ended up with.
Yeah.
And what's cool too is that the opening slot, the first slot, is different. It's like
every,
regional, but
like
it's not just like a local opener. It's like
or...
still like bands that we knew. So it's like the Gamuts are doing it.
Yeah, no, that's really cool. I mean, I know you put out the compilation, you know, a couple, I guess, days ago with all that. That's really cool. I was gonna say, have you had any like troubles like with all the, you know, the winter storm? Is that like?
Well, we left from Florida, and so we were in Florida for a couple days, and I actually vowed to not put long pants on until I left Florida, and I made it. And then we hit North Carolina, and it got cold, but there was no snow yet, and it was not until we got up to like the Northeast up here. It was,
right.
It was real trouble. So we played. We got to Norfolk. There was snow around, but it wasn't bad yet. And then we played Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania. We hadn't been there, but then we found out that there was a huge dumping on Poughkeepsie, and that's when we had to cancel the Poughkeepsie
okay,
show.
so you canceled that.
Which sucks. We only canceled like a few shows in our whole career, you know? And that was the promoter who did that. It wasn't our deal.
Yeah.
But thank God, because we probably wouldn't have made it out of there. We went straight from Stroudsburg to Baltimore because that was the next show, and it's a good thing we did that too, because then we were already there, and the blizzard came through there and hit. We were like in a hotel. We had like one hotel room. We I was just looking out the window. It just kept coming. I actually left the bus. It was raining most of the day, and then right when it turned like from that rain to sleety, slushy thing is when I got off the bus and decided to walk into the hotel. Jeez, I'm like getting pelted by like basically hail. Like, this sucks.
Yeah, we lived like 30, 40 minutes outside Strasbourg. That was just like this last 2 weeks has just been brutal in terms of.
This whole winter's been crazy.
Yeah, and the whole winter's
record,
especially.
It was record for like the 1 day snowfall in New York, and there was a record for like the whole month for somewhere else. And it's not over. There's like another storm coming.
Oh, I know.
Wednesday,
like Tuesday, Wednesday.
Look at the weather. It looks like the Nike swoosh symbol. It's like a whole country. It's ridiculous.
Where are you guys going to be during? Like,
we're going right into. If you
right
look where it is,
yeah.
like here's the U.S. with Florida. It's like the swoosh is like that, and we're basically going right into the middle of that.
Oh, it's like
we're going up to Cleveland.
It's like they knew that you guys were.
Yeah. We're gonna screw these Florida boys up, and the Supervillains are from Florida too. So
right. So they're. How about Off With Their Heads? Where are they from? Like Midwest?
Oh god, I just asked about this the other day, and I don't remember now.
I was wondering if they're used to it.
Oh, they're Minneapolis.
Yeah, okay.
They're definitely used to it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, cool. Well, it's good to hear that.
I don't think anybody could ever really be used to it though.
No, yeah. I mean, if anyone, I guess like probably those guys are like at least conditioned.
Well, yeah. I like the snow when I'm going snowboarding, you know, and having invasion. It looks really pretty and all that.
Yeah,
right. The snow, like shovel the snow out of my driveway every day, or like in Fargo, place like where you have to like heat up your battery, like your engine block, so it doesn't crack or whatever. Screw that. Like that. I mean, I guess you get used to it; it just becomes part of your routine, or whatever. But I'll take sweating over that anyway.
Absolutely. Anyway, well, let's talk about the EP then, because I guess you guys are still writing that out. Where did the inspiration come from this? I mean, had this been something in the pipeline for like a long time? Because like, I mean, you guys have done the covers before, and you know, the Good Burger thing, and like, so well aware with like the ironic, funny, like.
Well, even way before that, like early times, we used to just do that on stage, like some stuff we never really.
Yeah, just
and then we recorded it, it'd be like secret tracks. We never really put a lot of time into it. It was always just like, it's like half-ass thing that we were doing on stage. We're like, let's do this joke EP or whatever. And then, so we put some stuff out, and then this time, we were like, let's actually dive into it and do it seriously. Yeah. We were talking about it for a little while, like a good year. So we were coming up with ideas for songs we could do. Never really taken it much further than the idea stage, but then when we got hooked on this last little bit of stuff, it was.
Well, you want to shut the door? Yeah.
I don't know if that's really going to help. We'll see. It might help.
At least a little bit. Thanks. But and it was a good time to. I feel like it was a good time to put this out.
What was really cool for us too is that we hadn't put anything out in a while, so we were getting ready to start writing and stuff, and so we hadn't done like it's a weird flip of gears going from like the touring side of being in a band to the like creative writing side. They're two totally different. It's like having multiple personality syndrome or something. So it was really good to like kind of learn other songs and stuff first.
Yeah.
And the songwriting that goes on in the like TV jingles.
It's actually surprisingly intricate.
They pack so much into 30 seconds. It's always catchy and crazy.
Yeah.
But the best one is the Animaniacs one that we did that's on there. That's when there's 4 key changes in that song. And then we also did like a whole bunch of different like vocal trade-offs and all this different crazy harmony stuff.
Yeah.
So I mean it was a lot of fun doing it for sure. Just like picking the songs was great. Like Chris would come over and JR lives in my house when we're doing stuff. And so we'd just be sitting around the living room, like on YouTube, like, right. You go to one of those, it's like you look up, you know, I don't know, the Pac-Man cereal commercial, whatever, and like 16 other things come up the side, like suggestions.
That's
like half the way we found something. We're like, ooh, what's that? When we do that.
Oh, really? That's
so cool. Something we knew, but it was like you'd forgotten about. Kind of.
That's the coolest part of the EP is like obviously the little commercial things because the concept itself of just the theme songs is cool, but to throw in like the true Saturday morning experience.
Yeah, exactly. We wanted it to be like you're sitting on the couch. We did the channel things in between. But I don't know if you saw like on our website, like the video thing, I synced all that stuff.
Very cool, yeah.
That really brought the whole concept together. I think.
Were there
really
any?
See the TV.
Were there any like jingles that got on the cutting floor like that you felt like?
Oh, there's ideas, but that's you never know. There could be more in the works. So,
okay.
So it was good to have some extras. There was definitely some that got put. We had others that we talked about doing.
Because you could literally do an album of 100 of those in 20 minutes.
And that's the thing too. Yeah, it's like you did like 11 songs and it's like 4 minutes or something.
Yeah. What's your favorite one on there? And have you guys been playing anything from?
Oh yeah, we'll play stuff tonight for sure. We've been playing some different ones. We played a different set when we were doing these college stuff, and now we like did a couple more different ones for this.
Yeah, probably newer ones for the college.
Yeah. And it was just like the first ones that we worked out, and then we're like, let's do some different ones. So we're like, add some different ones for this tour, just in case there's repeat offenders of the shows. But yeah, we'll play the Animaniacs one. That's pretty much my favorite. I think it has so much in it. It's got a lot of interesting stuff. Yeah. The Pac-Man commercial one too came out. I really like the way that came out.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I brought that to the table. Then he at first was like, I don't know about that one. Now he likes it.
That's funny. Do you guys feel like because you're totally independent now that like it's a lot easier for you to do a project like this, as opposed to being like a Warner like a couple of years ago? Like, would they have ever let you do something like this?
Well, yeah, we probably would have had to really worry about clearing it and stuff.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. But yeah, I think pretty much everything is easier to do. Like to get your idea, not just get it across. Like, because all we have to do is get it across to each other. You don't have to convince 65 people at the label and go through every different department. And like by the time we would ever get any of the ideas that we wanted off the ground, it was already like either someone else had already done it, or like it wasn't, the timing was off already. Like we were like, oh, we're gonna do this now because of this. It's gonna be perfect. And then by the time you clear through all the channels. And like it's not just records, it's just any idea of anything. Yeah, it's like we want we're like high paced and we come up with a lot of stuff. So that was the biggest thing. There's a lot less bureaucracy and red tape to go through. But I mean, there's some downfalls. You don't have any money coming in for ideas like that.
Yeah, but I mean, like
self-funded and all that stuff now, which because basically a major label was just like a big credit card before, and you would still have to pay it back, but at least you had the money up front.
Right. No, and then while we're on, doing stuff yourself, I mean, we'll talk about the re-releases of Losing Streak and Hello Rocky. I mean, why now? Is it the same principle of because you could and because?
Well, I mean, we'd done that when we first started on label 2. We released the earlier stuff, so we wanted to continue. So we're trying to just basically take everything back and into our own hands and have it. Which kind of sucks a little bit about the Rocky and Losing Streak one, because I still wanted to do this before we did it, because I don't know how it really works with the gold record thing, but we were pretty close on Losing Streak. We were like 480.
Right. Yeah.
And so I kept being like, I think that if we really push the concept of a Losing Streak tour and we play Losing Streak and we have like the art is all from Losing Streak, and we get like the Jerry Lewis thermometer on the side.
You're right.
We're almost there, and just have Losing
Streak.
One
more record.
Merch, and then we just sold the CD, and that was the only CD we had with us too. I'm like, just buy it again if you haven't bought it before, and if we actually did that and went over the top, it would have been amazing. Yeah. Like there was like a big gold record at the top of the thermometer, it would have been amazing.
That's awesome. Yeah.
But yeah, so I think when you re-release it and take it out of the thing, I think it starts back over at 0, and so
right. Okay.
We'll never get our gold record.
But yeah, so it's all new artwork and
yeah, so the artwork it's all kind of continuing with the theme from before.
Okay.
And it's all the same artwork, but it's just like the coloring was all done different.
Okay. Yeah, I think.
And then it comes with a DVD too, which is we did in 2007 we did where we played all of our records.
We were at one of the shows. I think.
So we filmed all that and recorded the audio, and so Roger mixed all the audio and I edited all the stuff for that. And so we've been coupling the
that's really cool.
The re-releases with the live performance.
So when are those hit the streets like?
We have them.
So they're out now.
Losing Streak and Rockview we have them with us on tour.
Oh, sick, awesome. Yeah, Rockview is.
I'm not positive. I think they should be. If we have them, then
if you have them,
definitely.
Yeah, Rockview.
So we have that, and the EP is basically what we're doing with this, the TV EP, and those two things. Our musical accompaniment to our tour.
Sure, and then and you did mention that you had written some stuff in addition to.
We have some stuff in the works for sure. It's not, again, none of it's really or solid or anything yet. And I think before we go do the long enduring summer tour that I mentioned earlier, we're gonna try and do something before, maybe another 7 maybe 4 songs or something like that, like a theme-based EP.
Sure.
And then put out another real thing in the fall.
Cool.
Record something and get it out.
Yeah.
I mean, because it's been a while. I know people are.
Yeah, no.
Hell, man, when are you guys gonna play?
It has been. I mean, I was.
Sorry though, and that's what we really, we took a lot of time off, and we thought that we were gonna come up with a lot more stuff. We did the EP. It took us a while to get into, the mode. Everyone was like, we're on the road forever. Everyone kind of split up and did their own thing for a while. we definitely needed that, I think, as a band too. So that was good. We're gonna let us clear our heads,
Mm-hmm.
come back. And otherwise, you want to be excited about it. You want to be like, oh, no,
Yeah, right.
over,
Like the Ghetto Kids, they split up for.
Yeah, at least we never broke up.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, that's the thing.
Right.
Like we could be one of those bands that broke up for 6 years. And
Yeah.
hey, we're back.
And they were totally rejuvenated and.
Yeah, 'cause you hit a lot of speed bumps if you just keep going the whole
Absolutely.
way. You know?
Yeah. I mean that's what's so impressive about you guys. Like you said, 17 years of being on the road, non-stop, and that's like certainly admirable. And